My name is Aram, I'm the Dungeon Master for Godsfall, and welcome back for episode 29, The Union, Part 1. I bet a lot of you are looking forward to this episode, but before we get started, we got an early Christmas gift this week from our friends at BattleBards. BattleBards produces unparalleled audio for all of your RPG tabletop needs. They have original music like the tribal soundscape of Orc Feast. Or maybe you want to set an eerie backdrop for a graveyard scene. BattleBards also has brand new scripts to breathe some life into your NPCs.
Welcome, honored guests. Come in, unburden yourselves, and rest your weary feet upon our velvet-lined chairs. Quench your parched throats with a mug of ale, and warm your bones by our hearth.
And crystal clear recordings of weapon impacts to add drama to your battles. Even the sounds of an enraged beholder. So if you want your RPG to sound like Godsfall does, check out battlebards.com.
Hi, I'm Steven. I'm playing Torrvic Wildtongue, the level 4 Dwarf Paladin.
Hi, I'm Doug. I'm playing Dorro Knott, the level 4 Halfling Rogue.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm playing Xion Praeten, a level 4 human sorcerer.
Last week, we left the players at the feet of a giant crab that had risen from the water to block their pass. Xion saw through the illusion, but it was Dorro who spotted the smaller boats pulling up alongside.
I don't know how I knew that. I just kind of instinctually knew it.
Well, you knew about illusions, and you knew about illusion
Why
magic.
would that giant crab be there, basically?
Right. It's not the convenient place for it to be. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Torrvic couldn't feel anything from it.
Yeah,
that was what.
Those were two really good clues.
I was hoping it was real, though.
Hi, crab.
All right, so...
What's your name? Paul. What are you doing here, Paul? Guarding the mouth of this river.
Paul the crab.
Yep. Why are you guarding the mouth of the river, Paul? I don't know. Can we go by? Sure. He gets out of the way. Thanks, Paul.
The leader of the tribe was a woman named Malawi who possessed the ability to craft illusions on a grand scale. The players waited while she and Cyrena negotiated the ship's passage.
You know, blah, 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 and I am perfectly willing to discuss this, but not at the point of a spear. And the woman, Mazali, nods, and everyone lowers their spears. Shall we talk? The woman caked in mud says.
I come out from behind her. Okay, never mind.
Just kind of looks behind her.
Well, they live in the marshes.
What's the temperature around here, by the way?
It's warmer. As we've been going south, it's been getting warmer and warmer, and the last few days have been fairly humid.
It's been clear, too.
High
so the sun's
70s,
out for really long periods of time.
Yeah,
so it's
especially on the
even.
water where everything's just a giant mirror to reflect it. I mean, it's warm.
It's warm.
I don't like mosquitoes. All right, let's go.
And big-ass mosquitoes and shit. Yeah, and crocodiles,
They've
you know.
been,
I've been
getting giant malaria.
Candy birds that come to fly around and eat all the mosquitoes around.
There we go.
Yes,
all the trees.
You are the best ever tool to
And
use during
frogs.
travel. This is
It's like
great.
frogs lined up getting mosquitoes around the edge of the thing.
Once negotiations were settled, Malawi met the rest of you on deck and challenged Torrvic to a wrestling match. The dwarf was in for more than he had planned.
And she sheds her robe, and then she just looks at you, and her eyes roll back white, and her neck creaks back, and you hear bones snap and crack within her, and her muscles rage against her skin as she grows, and hair bursts from every part of her. And a round later, you are staring at a large black ape. So you guys see the ape circling back and forth around Torrvic for a second, and then go wha-bam, wha-bam, and doom, 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 begin to charge him, and he just steps back and just, and you see his neck snap forward, and his arms wrench open, and his hands flatten and spread as black talons burst forth from him, and there's screaming and blood and fur, and then he leans back, and he has become a black bear, and just lets out a howl as this ape comes charging towards him.
That was really cool, though. As I poke you in different places.
Please don't poke me.
What else can you turn into, Torrvic?
The waters after this pass grow deep and dark. You can see, before, like you could see to the bottom in many areas where the sandbars would come up in here. No, it is deep and dark and still. 17th to the 20th of Safan. The next 4 days are nearly windless as the waters of Tranquil Bay turn still, earning their name. The sails go limp and the crew brings out oars to keep the ship moving. On the morning of this humid Oath Day, a strong wind begins to stir from the north, filling the ship's sails as the forested tips of the Emerald Arch appear. Tall, narrow mounds are blanketed with jungle foliage, some towering hundreds of feet above the water. Behind these emerald monoliths, the blackened, broken crest of Titan's Ridge looms into view. The edge of the crater surrounding the void rises to its highest point here, as the destructive forces brought down by Khalgun in his effort to obliterate Vardos and his union were redirected by Zavan to form jagged, impossibly high walls of obsidian. It is currently the 21st of Safan. Once they're through the Emerald Arch, they figure it's going to be 3 more days to the spear. That's how they've timed it out. The World Storm comes down on the 30th.
Right. So what day is it again?
It is the 21st. The ship slides into these huge green mounds, and it is silent. There are no insects. There are no birds. There's nothing. There's no noise coming back. Your own voices get swallowed. There's no echo because there's such thick foliage over these looming rocks all around you, and you're just carefully, quietly slipping in between them. As you come around one of these particularly large rocks, the Emerald Arch first comes into view. At the center of the Emerald Arch, a massive arch strides 2 of the largest islands, spanning miles with nothing supporting it, aside from where its twin bases meet the rocky hillside on either edge. No one knows who built it or by what means. Local Silwani tribesmen call it Kogorod, which translates to Sky Gate. The place around it is eerily quiet.
Look, can we get going? We're wasting time here.
All right, you hear a scream and turn to see 2 huge tentacles wrap around a crewman, rip him in half, and drag both halves down under the water as a bucket of blood just splashes across
All
the
mortals
deck.
below deck!
They're all shouting.
Time to leave now!
Well,
All of
there's
you
still-
get below deck!
Okay,
Please!
and Cyrena's like, do as he says. And some of the people look at each other, but they nod and they go down under.
Torrvic, where's your jug?
Her lieutenant refuses to leave her side. Okay, so you reach out and you're searching through the waters, and then you find something and you lock with it for a second. You start to talk with it, and then you just get flooded with visual imagery back. You see the gate above you open as like a plume of energy explodes out from both sides in this purple and pink cloud, and then gets sucked back in, and you see a creature a mile tall step through it with impossible arms and mouths and tentacles and claws and a face that just breaks your mind, and then you just snap out of it. But there's no talking with this thing. Whatever this thing is, wherever it comes from, is very, very alien.
Oh, shit.
I don't like that.
Caitlin knows what it is.
Yeah, Oinkers is
Caitlin,
good.
dream at it. Dream really mad at it.
Go to sleep, squid
I'll
thing.
have all my nightmares, Xion. All of them.
Have all of your nightmares. All of them.
And I sit down and go, we're fucked, guys. So,
I use my force and fly away. Sorry. Bye.
Good luck, bitches.
Yeah, fuck that. I teleport to his back. Let's get the hell out of here, teams.
Let's go, Xion.
I turn into a great eagle and fly away with you guys.
And Para takes off like the Human Torch.
Right. He can't quite do that yet.
Bye, Archer. Sorry.
Well, she turns into a barracuda. This is a gateway. Let me try something.
No, Dorro, no.
Give me the gem.
No, Dorro, no. No one give Dorro the gem, says a voice all in the back of your head.
Give me the gem.
All right. Well, the first thing I do, I suppose, is I cast dancing lights.
Yeah. All right, so you cast dancing lights at the edges of the ship. The second you do, you see the creature roll up. It just kind of it looks like it rolls up the side of the ship. It's a ball of scales and flesh and a giant mouth surrounded by 4 rubbery tentacles covered in these barbed, oozing hooks. It swipes at the lights for a second, screams in the unnatural wail of several dozen voices, and then disappears back beneath the water.
Okay, doesn't like light. That's good. But it's not like pitch dark right now, is it?
No, it's just like dusk.
It's dusk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have that rod of wonder ready just in
That's
case.
fair enough. Yep. Right.
We need to unbeach the ship. We need
You
to
do
just
need to
leave.
unbeach the ship.
We do need to
We're
unbeach
not
the ship, and I don't know
gonna
how.
engage the thing.
that
We
little
need to
anchor
leave.
thing.
We do still have the anchor thing, but I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, me neither.
What does that do?
It's an anchor charm. We don't know.
We don't know yet.
Oh.
We're never. Actually, we can know. I cast.
Are you really going to pause right now to cast Identify on
Yes,
the anchor charm?
Yes.
Yep.
What does that? Could help us. Identify.
Wait, no, listen, what's this move speed? I want to explain. Even though you all have your deck of cards now, you still have to prepare spells each day. So you have to pick these out in advance, put them to the side.
Sometime over this long trip, maybe
you
we
can't
can-
just, okay, maybe next day, but you can't just go for the whole deck. You have access
cast
to
this,
no,
and
you have
this.
access to you have access to all your spells, but you have to pick them out each day.
Okay.
Okay?
When do
No,
I get
I don't,
spells?
because I'm a sorcerer.
You don't have to. Actually, you're right. I'm sorry. You don't have to. You do.
Well, I mean, what? Do you want to fight this?
No.
Well, then we need to leave.
Okay.
Which means
Fine. But this elder beast will probably be able to see through the damn gem. All right, fine. Serena, put the gem on my back, and I'm going to attempt to force us off of this arch.
The rest of you will help him?
yes.
Whatever.
All right, everyone's got their
I don't
energies
want to fight this
all
anymore.
centered around this, right? And she takes out the Eye of Saw. Are you ready?
I suppose.
All right, and she holds it for a second, and it begins to vibrate before she even touches you with it. And there's just a trembling, and the entire
Put it back, put it
boat
back, put it
begins.
back.
And she quickly puts it back, and the tremble lessens.
Let's not worry about the eye. Y'all just focus your energy on me. Okay, I rolled a 19 anyway. So.
Okay, 19 for
Plus wisdom. 2
everyone else.
is
Roll
21.
Everyone else roll concentration.
Constitution.
Right. Thank you.
And 1 for Para 2.
Oh, right.
17.
22.
Okay. If you all are focused, and you can feel the ship rising, and you have 2 options here. You can lift the whole ship over the arch and forward.
Just shift it
right.
over a little bit.
Okay, so
Whatever's
you're
easier.
lifting, and then you can feel the whole thing kind of listing to the right, or port, or the fuck it is, and you kind of like are crashing over to the right. There's an unnatural cacophony of screams, and the thing rolls back up the deck and charges you. Roll
Initiative?
Yeah.
Dorro got a 20.
Nice.
So I'm going to go first.
All right, well, we're no longer beached, right?
Well, you're in the process of not being beached. You need to maintain concentration throughout the rest of this round in order for you to not be beached.
And I'm going to guarantee you that shit here in a second.
That's hopefully what'll happen.
All
yes.
right, are we ready? So
Yep.
Dorro's first to act.
I see this thing coming at him.
Yeah,
And I
it
know
is
what he's
going,
doing.
by the way, for Michael.
Okay,
Well,
so
for Xion, sorry.
What?
you are fucked. What is your AC?
Like 5.
You're a level 1 guy, so you're screwed.
Michael is at least a level 3 guy.
Okay, so I'm going to teleport into distance to throw Alchemist Fire at this thing. I teleport to there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take out my Alchemist
Plus, I
Fire
feel like he's doing
and I fucking just pelt the thing.
Okay, roll to hit.
Dexterity, perhaps?
Yeah, it's a dex. It's plus
That's
a
a
dex.
20.
Okay, you definitely it splatters open across its face.
I say now and like that to at the very least get its attention.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, Para realizes what you've done. No problem. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Torvik.
Fire him.
Alchemist Fire. This sticky adhesive fluid ignites when exposed to air. As an action, you can throw this splash 20 feet, blah, 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 make a ranged attack, treating blah, blah, blah. It takes 1d4 at the start of every turn. Okay, so the front of it just like about a 5-foot area on its. It has
only
no eyes.
1d4 now?
Just as a mouth. Yeah, 1d4 every round.
They nerfed it.
So it has no mouth. Just I'm sorry, it has no
Used to be
face.
like
Otherwise,
a die 8 or
Die
something.
6,
didn't
yeah.
it?
than just a mouth. And it begins to burn, and the scent of burning thing fills your nose as it lets out another horrible multi-voiced scream.
Yeah,
Oh, the vinegar! That's our chance. We're gonna make fish and chips.
You do not want to eat this thing.
Readying my
You're just
action.
holding your ground,
Yeah,
basically.
readying action and throwing. Well, I have the protection, which is whoever he attacks.
Sure.
Gets he has to roll a disadvantage.
All right.
Who are you putting on him?
I don't.
Yes,
I
but-
pick on who I.
He's clearly going for, or he was going for Xion.
Yeah, whoever he attacks gets a disadvantage. He has to roll disadvantage for it.
Okay, Elder Beast.
All right, so he's gonna. Well,
But
Doug,
protecting.
Yeah.
1 through pick high or low.
High.
I rolled a 6. So the thing rears around and pulls both tentacles up and goes to strike at you.
That's great.
Okay.
Do I have dodge yet?
23, does that hit you?
Hold on.
Eviscerates me.
Yes.
23 hits you?
Yes.
Oh, and that's a 2, so you got lucky. So the first one strikes you, the second one does it. A tentacle wraps around your left arm and barbs sink into your flesh. You take 12 points of damage as it rends the flesh from basically right underneath your shoulder down to your elbow. You feel a burning sensation as some sort of ooze just seeps into your rended flesh and horrid smell fills your nose.
Oh, Jesus. I got a 12 for my constitution save for losing over half my hit points in an attack.
Okay, you see Dorro slump to the ground as this thing moves to consume him.
Now it's the god of travel. Yikes. Fucking yikes.
That's not good, guys. This is very bad. Okay, Para.
Para, I'm sorry. Fuck. Well, Para runs forward and goes to make a touch attack on the thing's tentacle that has Dorro. So basically, it's just like you see his arm. Basically, it doesn't flame up. You just see it go red, like it turns into magma, and he just slaps it against the creature's side.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool new
That will
powers.
definitely hit.
And the creature
Yeah.
bursts into flame.
He just punches straight through like it slides in like a knife through butter, and you just see the whole cheek and mouth area erupt into flame. It releases Dorro as he slumps to the ground and pulls back like that, screaming and flailing.
All right, my turn. I continue to force us off of this thing that we're stuck on.
Roll Constitution.
13.
13. You are just able to hold it, and you crash down. It wobbles to the left. Everyone roll reflex.
Dexterity.
Roll dexterity. Para's
Now
fine.
failed.
Cyrena's fine.
2.
Okay, you are prone.
7.
Prone.
Prone.
Prone, right, because you're out cold. Right.
Asleep.
I'm unconscious.
Still.
All right, it's all up to Para. All right, humans.
Humans?
Whoever's
okay,
not down.
Cyrena charges forward.
Did you call them humans?
All right, well,
I told them to go downstairs.
Right? Now they're dead.
And she just wants to drive a sword right into its back, which she does quite well. And it takes 12 more points of damage. So she just sinks it to the hilt. Kailu lines up an arrow, hits, takes another 7, so it's being hit from multiple sides. Is there anyone left?
The boatswain.
Boatswain swings with his sword as well. Hits again.
I'm glad we had some humans, I guess.
All three of them got really solid attacks on it, and there's this black kind of tar-like blood, like blok, just kind of oozing out of it in what looks like clumps, but it's screaming and flailing about.
Okay, let's see here. So Dorro is down. You want to make a Constitution roll to wake up?
14.
Okay, you wake up in searing pain because you are losing an extra hit point per round as this like acidic slime that's in your wounds continues to eat away at your flesh.
You're gonna kill all the players this game.
Guess so.
TPK, baby.
The end. The Elder Beast is now the god of travel / beasts.
Well, that's gonna be bad for everybody.
Fire.
You know what? Fuck you, Friday. Good luck with that.
He's about
What is this? Just one tentacle thing?
No, it's a ball. It's a round ball with kind of like legs and 4 giant flopping tentacles that look far too unwieldy for it to move, although it does very quickly, and just a giant mouth. No eyes, no other facial features,
It's
just
in the
a
water,
huge mouth.
and it's reaching onto the boat.
No, it's on the boat now.
Oh, so it's
How
not-
big is this thing?
It's about 10 feet by 10 feet.
Oh, okay.
What happened to a mile high?
Yeah, what happened to the Maag Beast?
What are you talking? Oh, that was the thing he saw in his vision. It's not the
Told
same
you.
thing.
So there's another beast below us that's a mile high?
Wait. Stop.
Wait, what beast is a
Stop.
mile high?
Stop. What are you talking about?
In his vision, I thought.
Yes.
Maybe I heard
In
it
his
wrong.
vision, he saw the gate explode and there was a beast a mile high. This is a completely different creature.
Oh, so it's like it's baby just having fun with us? And there's
You
still a
maybe,
beast
who
down?
knows?
know that.
He never.
I never
there-
explained. I
The
never
gate
articulated
never
it.
opened. There never was a mile high creature. He had a vision of this happening. This other creature may or not be related
Told
to
you.
that creature.
So now that Para is engaged in melee with it, do I get a sneak attack because I'm flanking it?
Yes. Yes, you do.
I stabbed this asshole for attacking me when I first thought it was some giant thing reaching on our ship, and I'm like just trying to scare away its limbs with fire. Oh, you're a thing that's on the ship that can be killed now? That's too bad for you.
Roll to hit.
Wait, where is this now?
I mean,
Right.
you
20.
did throw fire
That
in its
hit.
face. Anytime you throw fire in someone's face, they're probably not going to be happy with
It's not gonna be a great reaction.
it. No,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And by
never
the
gonna
way, in this particular case, I am not doing subdual damage.
Right. No. I would,
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way,
yeah.
real lethal.
No, I think
right now.
that's a fair thing to do with this.
So that's for a grand total. Wait, which one's the dagger? That one. So 2, 9, 7.
You cut deep into the tentacle that had lashed out at you and just take a big, huge chunk out of it as it flops around in front of you.
All right, Torrvic.
standing up.
Wait, do I get a move action too?
Yeah, you
I
can
attacked
move. No, because you were getting up. That's your move action.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, no. It's
Yeah,
half your move action to stand up. So you can move 2 spaces.
I'll just.
Okay.
Okay, so
Stand up.
Standing
half
up.
your move action. Yeah. you
can I reach him?
Yeah, you can move 10 and move him.
All right.
Sorry, move 10 and hit him.
All right. So I'm. First of all, can I feel it? Like, am I feeling? Because I can feel if they're like fiends or.
Oh yeah,
celestials.
this thing is evil. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely, you can feel that. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, no, it's evil. No, it's like, I mean, it's literally like, you know,
I'm just trying to
Is it
communicate.
considered?
it's coming across the crowd like, you know, I mean, it's clearly evil.
Is it considered a fiend?
It is not considered a fiend.
It's an outsider.
Dang it.
Outsider.
Outside us.
No, it's Outlander.
No,
Outlander.
It was Outlander.
Outlander.
Outlander. Stop saying that.
She's the Outlander from the
know.
Outland. Outlander.
Alright, I'm divine smiting the shit out of it.
That would be a very good idea.
Yeah, I'm running up with. I think I have a sword. What did I grab?
You grabbed your shit. You have your axe.
You have your weapons.
You got your brand new axe.
Well, no, I had the shield. I grabbed the shield. And
Oh,
hammer.
the shield and then whatever sword you had.
Well, I had the hammer.
Your hammer then.
Regular hammer.
Yeah.
Warhammer.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm divine smiting it. 15. I'm guessing hits it.
That'll hit.
All right, so I hit it, and then I'm doing
How much?
10.
All right, so Torrvic just comes charging in, just wham, this bomb, bright of light, and the thing staggers backwards right towards the edge. It's still on its feet, but it's kind of like slumped, and its tentacles are a little limp, and like big bursts of weird tar blood are exploding out of it.
All right, Elder Beast.
Okay, yeah, it's just gonna go over. So it just lets itself go over. So the thing vanishes over the side. There's a sploosh in the water, silence again, and the boat is just drifting forward. Right, Samarita's like, raise the sails! And people are on the deck pulling up sails very quickly. There's a decent wind and the boat is pulling away. What are you guys doing?
Para, heal.
I hit a knee and say,
Heal Dorro.
Yeah, you can, first of all,
Well, I would have already ran over.
cough up
take
blood.
one more point. Take one more point of damage, and yeah, his arm is black,
Yeah, I
and you
would've
can see
already
like
ran over and-
veins filling with it as you come up
Yeah,
towards
I'm
him.
going full on.
You clamp hands around him, and you start to fill his arm with energy, but you feel a void and a darkness and a malevolence get in your way, start to block you and somehow interfere, so you have to push through it. I need you to beat this, so roll a die 20 and add your charisma.
9, 10, 11, and then I'm proficient in charisma saves, so 12, 13.
Nothing. You push into it and you try and heal him, and nothing. Whatever is happening in his arm, the wound resists your magic.
Para!
Oh dear. Okay. So Para comes in and he's like, Dorro, I'm sorry. And he just clamps his hands
No,
around
not
your
that.
arm. Yeah.
Wait! Isn't there some magic something?
Okay.
You do
I
something!
need you to roll Constitution.
Fucking, I look right at Torrvic and say, you're my spirit animal. 21.
Okay, you stay conscious as Para burns you for 3 points of damage.
I look right at him and say, ow!
Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry. And he just flares up and increases it. Oh, you got fucking lucky. He burns straight through it. There is searing pain. I need one more Constitution save from you. You had to roll a 19 to get through this
so
shit.
Now, okay, so now I'm definitely going to.
And it's impregnated you with its elder baby.
At this point, he's gonna be burned through if anything. So yeah, even a chest cold's gone at this point.
No.
What'd you get? Oh no, you're out cold. So Dorro passes out as flame just erupts over his arm. It's blackened to the bone, much like you saw when he saved Brannick from turning into a rock zombie. And then the arm's just fine. The flesh is perfectly healed, and Dorro's just passed out on the ground. And Para is not looking great either. He's pretty exhausted.
That's obliterated my jacket, hasn't it?
Well,
yeah, the whole sleeve is missing. Everything's melted away. There's buttons that have just become like little piles of brass on the deck.
Yeah, 15.
All right, well, so I'll help Para to get to bed, and maybe you should carry Dorro.
Not a problem. The crew is on board the ship, cleaning, washing away whatever gross black blood this thing had, pulling up sails, and just proceeding as fast as they can the fuck out of here.
Right. Full speed ahead, and I take a little vial of black blood and put it into a vial.
Done. All right.
Future experiments.
Perhaps we can turn this creature to awesome.
Perhaps I may have one.
Guys just ripping lines.
We've returned Friday. Attack them, my
Behold
pets.
our children! Get them! They march down the fucking streets. What are those trash can things from Doctor Who? They march down the streets like those things?
Daleks,
Daleks, yeah.
That's why we should be doing video. That was amazing. So, an hour goes by and there's no
And
other
still no
attacks.
beasties.
There's nothing else happening. It's
Okay.
returned to quiet. There's the sound of crickets and birds and frogs starting to echo across the water again. So, whatever the fuck that was, you feel like you've gotten away.
Okay. Well, I stay up for a while and just stay on the deck and look very concerned.
So you spend the next 4 days, the next 3 days in quiet. You know, the wind is decent. It's not quite as oppressively hot as it was because there's at least a little air moving, but it's still pretty, hot and humid as you sail along quietly for the next 3 days. Your arm is fully healed when you wake up, so you sleep for a good 10 hours.
Okay.
And then you wake up but
Oinkers is
fine, and Oinkers is like right there roiled up with you, and your arm's absolutely fine, and everything's fine. You're fine.
Okay. All right. Do I have my hit points back?
Oh yeah.
Am I healed?
We only lost one. That's not too bad. And it was a sucker punch.
That's right. That's right.
Ambush.
That's right. So,
Well, see, okay, here's what I thought was happening. This is why I was like, well, we're totally fucked. There's a mile-long creature with his little finger up here playing with us.
Finding this one little piece of it, thinking, oh, we can barely beat this thing, and it's
No.
going to come out of the water like it's bigger
No.
than a titan.
No, I'm sorry. No, he had a vision of a very
the
different
ship's
creature,
gone.
or maybe the mother creature, or whatever the fuck it was. But
Well, at
it
least
was
it
not
involved-
the same
okay.
thing. Yeah.
Wait, can I move around? Can I get out of my
Yeah, you're fine. You're a little bit
So-
stiff. Otherwise than that, you're fine.
Yeah, it's normal. I pick up Oinkers and I proceed.
Barely, because she's a good 20 pounds
Well,
now.
now she's big?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
she's,
Well,
she's bigger than
I
that.
get-
She's been growing.
I get Oinkers off
25
of
then
me.
maybe? Yeah, 25, 30. Yeah. What was
I
that?
get Oinkers off of me.
All right.
And
God.
Yeah, that's why you couldn't breathe.
Right, yeah.
let's go find Torrvic. And I go to Torvic's room. Look at
Just knocks
Oh,
the
she
door
just
open.
goes in.
Yeah.
Is he in there?
Poof. Yeah.
I'm returning your pig.
Hey, Dorro!
Right, hey! Oh,
That was some bad shit that happened. Yeah.
I hate seafood.
I love it. I have a ton of vinegar if you want to eat some.
Where's Para?
Para is
No idea.
with Xion.
I go to Zion's room.
You may want to knock first.
As
Is it
my-
late? Like what time is it? Like right now? Like it's like
Why are you asking
you
me?
slept all the way through the
I'm the
night.
DM.
So
Let's see.
Well, hang on,
Tonight
wait.
it is.
You slept all the way through the night, so it'll be the morning of the next day.
Okay, so
So
it's
the-
the morning of
yeah.
the next day.
I'm not navigating anymore, am I?
No need for it. Open
It's just
open
a-
water,
so we
full
passed
speed
that
ahead.
Okay.
All right, well, you come into our room and we're doing push-ups.
Is that a euphemism?
No, doing push-ups
Broing out.
and sit-ups.
Ooh. Is that what gay people actually do together?
That's, they actually
is
do.
actually
They absolutely fucking work out together.
Is that, I mean,
it's
like
completely
every
true.
morning okay.
Not every morning, every couple, but plenty mornings, plenty couples. Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah.
That's.
So they're doing push-ups.
Hey, Para,
Hey, Dorro.
you saved my life again.
Oh, and he just kind of gets up and he's all sweaty and like.
But listen, let's like
You know.
not do that anymore, okay?
And he just got like a towel wrapped around him. He's like, "Hey, Dorro, that's all right, man.
Creeper.
Gotcha. You're the one that spied on him.
Thanks, buddy. I just wanted to say thank you.
Warned ya.
Are you okay?
As much as someone being torched unconscious can be.
I'm sorry. I tried to
No,
help.
you know, that's what you do, guy. So keep doing it.
All right. Yeah. Being burned alive by Para is never fun. It's nice to have your life saved, but it's kind of sucks.
Hate
Yeah.
that memory thing.
Yeah.
And then now, whenever something kind of scares Dorro straight, he immediately falls into.
Training mode.
Oh, very good. Take 10
true.
experience points.
Yay!
DM.
Wait a minute.
Inspiration point.
Yeah, well done. Take a point of
The Elder
inspiration.
Beast has an inspiration point.
Yeah, you don't want that. You definitely don't want that.
Yeah, so obviously we're falling back into training. I'm going to use my spyglass now, and we're going to start working on getting real comfortable with changing the distance of it. And
Yeah.
if I need to, I know the maximum most distance I'd probably be able to create is from the crow's nest to one of the ends of the ships.
No,
Really?
frankly, no. I mean,
Unless
there's
the-
plenty of rocks, there's plenty of edges that come in and come back out, so you could see a mile this way, pop on the shore, pop back onto the boat.
I can get on that?
Yeah. With a spyglass, with a full round to focus, without doing anything else, a mile, no problem.
Wow.
No problem.
I'm going to
But
keep doing
you need
that.
to focus, you need to go through it, and you don't believe, at least just by yourself, you could take others doing this. It takes all of your focus just to do
to do
this.
it by myself?
You definitely couldn't be running, you couldn't be riding
All
a
right.
horse, you couldn't like carry 2 other people
I'm
with
going to
you.
search the ship for something about as equal mass as one of his batteries.
So like a 20-pound sack of flour or something. Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to find one of these things and I'm going to start trying to teleport with just it
That's right.
to, yes. So then if I can place a waypoint, then I can use the waypoint to move us there instead of the spyglass.
All right, roll.
Are we doing, well, if it's you've been doing wisdom.
Roll, yeah, sorry. Roll.
Roll.
My brain just locked up. Roll wisdom.
Why not dex?
Because it's not
How
dexterity.
about just dexterity?
Because dexterity is
Can we make
everything
my
else.
power
No, because
dexterity?
dexterity is everything else. So
This is-
no,
I'm
we
never-
can't make it that.
How can I be getting better at this if I always get a +0?
You're going to be level 8 at some point. Dump. You've been using your wisdom an awful lot. It wouldn't be unheard of to dump 2 points into it at that point. You could get a per act of wisdom. You could get a Ayu stone of wisdom.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some kind of like tattoo of wisdom put on the back of my neck or something.
Yeah, there are no fucking tattoos of wisdom.
I don't know.
care what the book says. There are no tattoos
We're
of
just
wisdom.
reaching through the DM vault right now.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah. You feel a very hard slap on the back of your wrist,
Whatever.
like a cosmic ruler struck you.
No.
Exactly.
12.
Okay, 12 for wisdom. So you teleport half the bag with you. So, it's a start as you're holding a bag and flowers just sifting straight out of it. Yeah.
Keep trying.
All right. Roll the next one. A bag of barley.
You're going through our entire
Yeah.
food supply.
Here, take some. Take this lead bar.
Okay, but yeah, also I wouldn't be taking food.
Well, what would you take?
Is there not like
All right, you know what? You go back down for a bag.
rock when I'm
Wait,
over there?
you go
maybe?
back down for the second bag of food, and
Potatoes there?
just stand there with his arms across, and he points to 3 bags of fish heads where he's cut away everything else.
Oh, trash. Yeah. No, that'll.
Then you can be helpful.
Yeah.
That'll
So
work.
you drag a stinking, dripping bag, 3 bags of fish heads to
fish
the
offal.
to the top of the deck. Roll again.
Yep. 15.
That time it worked. So you grab the first one, you sight it, and zoom, boom, you're there.
And leave the bag there.
Blah.
And I go back.
Yep.
Okay. How many fish head bags do I have?
2 more bags of fish heads.
We're gonna do this 2 more times.
All right, roll again.
It's time to do this 2 more times, is what I meant to say. 18.
Yep. Zoom, zoom. Blah. Zoom.
7.
Okay. You zoom, and the fish heads just kind of explode and cover you in fish oil and guts.
Whatever.
Zoom, zoom.
Said.
So it might work. Is your answer?
No, it'll work. 2 out of 3 is not bad.
2 out of 3 is ain't
2 out
bad.
of 3 ain't bad.
Well, I'm also going to train and be practicing with my my shields.
Perfect.
And also picking up multiple things simultaneously. And the third thing that I want to train that I haven't done yet.
Right.
Theoretically, I don't see why I can't hover. So
All right.
I'm going to attempt to force myself against the ground. Lift myself
Roll
into the air.
wisdom.
6.
Okay, so you see Xion kind of like
Punch a hole through the deck.
No, he
just starts
I didn't roll one.
If he does rise off the deck for a little while, but a boat is challenging. Maybe this wasn't the best place for you to try this, and you push down a little hard, and the whole deck kind of leans about a couple feet. Everyone just kind of slides a bit, and you tumble to the ground, and Pear catches you, and you collapse onto the ground in a pile.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I was like, that's okay. Fucking witches.
At some point, did you ever play Chrono Trigger?
No.
Yeah, a little bit. Not really.
At some point, we need to train a dual tech. I want to try and train with his power in conjunction with mine.
Right.
So, for instance, I want to get you to like hold me in place, just to hold me there and see if I can teleport out of it. I also want to see if you can like.
No, we have 3 days. Might as well.
Throw teleport me.
Wait, so you guys gonna go at each other? Like, what's like?
No, it's going to be a controlled thing. He's going. I'm going to make a.
So you're just going to grab him,
but I'm
and
not
see if
trying
he
to grab
can get
him to where
away.
I'm trying to crush his body.
But just like grab him.
You're just
wanna grab
grappling.
him.
All right,
And then
so
see if you can teleport out of it.
So whoom, you feel the air solidify around you is the best way, and you just feel your shoulders
Like Cyril?
punch up as someone's
Or Goldilocks grab hands?
What Cyril did to you is make your
for the fans.
flesh come alive and work against you. It's like if you know
My
when your
body was working
when
against
you're electrocuted and your muscles tense up weird.
do things
He
that
did
you're
that
not
like it was like it was
making them do.
happening inside of you. This is definitely from the outside pressing in.
Okay.
It's like a million little hands. Like,
Yep, exactly.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and teleport out of his.
I want you to roll wisdom.
5.
No, you can't get out. He holds you there.
No, wait. Hold on. 12.
Roll against it. Roll wisdom against it.
no, 21.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. One more time. 8.
Oh, 8.
Oh, fuck.
So then it'd be our wisdom
Wisdom
modifiers.
off.
Yep.
And I have 0.
I have 2.
Yeah.
So he wins.
It's like you see him, struggle, but no, he holds you. He's just kind of right there in the middle of the air. Look behind you.
No. Okay, wait. Put me down now.
All right, I release him.
All right. So, Torrvic still making armor.
Well, yeah, I've changed, like, for the past couple of days, it's just been kind of just working.
Yeah.
And just, not really, just get, just the whole zone out thing.
Yeah.
And since the attack, I've gone down and I need to get this fixed.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, I'm
so
double
you
timing it.
roll
like
me 3 Constitution rolls.
2. 10.
Torrvic.
Okay, so you find Torrvic asleep with his beard fully dipped in like a bubbling thing of sap, and he's just got like charcoal all over his face, and there's drool coming out
Where
the
is
side of
his
his
guardian
mouth.
pig?
He's like, she's on her back with her tongue hanging out, a bunch of chewed on apples around her, and her big old fat belly just heaving up and down.
I go into the room and I look at him, and then I look at her. I go in and say, "You guys!" real loud, like Mom do or something. What? Torrvic, you're asleep. You're not even done yet.
Marcus just pops to her feet. He's like, her.
And you? What happened to you? You're supposed to be kind of in charge of this one, and you're asleep, eating apples.
She narrows her eyes. She does a full circle. She lays back down.
I need to take a break.
As you're actually saying this, you're looking at what he's done. And you're seeing now, it has largely come together. The wood and the leaf wrappings where he's kind of rolled individual leaves up with this weird tar substance to make a really, really thin but incredibly strong rope that he's then wound into these individual wooden sections that pull everything together. You didn't actually see these tiny holes at the top of each section till you look down, but he's shaved off edges, he's run things through, he's warped wood ever so slightly. It looks like he's just about done, and it's looking awful impressive. So you guys go on like this, and for the next 3 days, it's, much like this. You're getting used to being on a ship. There's drinking, there's dice rolling, there's stick whacking. And on the 4th day, on the 26th of Safan, feast day, it is a hot, still afternoon as the gap between Titan's Ridge and the coal spine fully comes into view, revealing the rocky outpost of the Spear of Jarden. The Spear is a narrow fortress consisting of an octagonal wall standing guard around a single octagonal tower that stretches another 100 feet into the sky, ending in an ever-burning copper flame that gives the appearance of a flickering spearhead. It is built on a rocky, pale yellow outcropping that rises from the water at the dead center of the gap between the towering obsidian mountains that dwarf everything beneath them. As you approach, you notice a pair of ships flying the colors of Brennus, situated at either side of the spear, while several dozen men and women line the battlements with crossbows raised.
The spear! I
All right,
say. when I
Cyrena, do
see
we
it.
need to send out birds? Or
Cyrena's kind of narrowing her eyes and looking towards it, and
she would know the protocol. Far
yep,
better
I
than
actually wrote down what she does. I got. At this point, she orders her royal colors raised. Now, up until this point, the ship's been just sailing under like a merchant's flag. Right. Well, that comes down, and the royal colors of Ani go up. There's a minute where nothing happens. You're just kind of quietly sailing towards them. Crossbows are still raised, ships are still there, nothing else is going on.
Gondor is lit.
Yeah.
It's just across the mountainside. Oh shit.
Then they launch those trebuchets that launch pieces of the town at people. Oh my god!
After a minute, there's a clear, brassy wail of trumpets from the walls of this fortress, and the flame of the sphere turns a rich crimson that matches Cyrena's royal colors. You hear cheers come up from the walls. You see Cyrena relax a little bit, and she tells them to proceed forward. You also see a rowboat coming out towards you.
Cool. At this point, I defer to Cyrena as our leader. So.
And she's like, calling for them to drop anchor, hoist in the sails, and the rowboat comes up. They lower ropes down. There are 4 people on this boat and a dwarf, a female dwarf. She's clearly in charge. Her name is Betagrit Stormborn. She's a pretty, somewhat flirty dwarf, which is odd. Normally they're a little bit more stoic. She seems pretty relaxed for a commander in her rank. And she climbs on board. Betagrit Stormborn.
Hi.
She is muscular but graceful, and has a habit of absent-mindedly spinning a pair of finely crafted bronze hand axes as she talks. Stormborn.
Born.
So she gets aboard, deep bow, along with the 4 people with her, all bow towards the queen. This is, and she just introduces all of you, Torrvic, Dorro, Xion, Para, Hermen, not all of them, but we're not here for all fucking day. Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
Dwarf name, potato.
And she's like, and she, I'm not gonna do this whole thing, but she explains to them that they need to get to the observatory, and she's not too open with why you need to get to the observatory, but Betagrit just, okay, fine, and it's an 8-day journey, blah blah blah. We can start here, and then she's like, do you still have the sight glass on top of the tower? Because she knows what this place is. And like, oh yes, absolutely. It's like, can we go there? Of course. And so you're being taken now in rowboats off of the boat towards the citadel.
Excellent.
Cool!
So what day is this again?
Okay, this is the 26th of Safan, and it is feast day. It is also late in the afternoon, and they are setting up for one, because it's the one thing they can do here. They are bored shitless. Nothing ever happens at this post. Nothing has ever come out of the world storm. Nothing has ever come out of the void. They stare at nothing
so we have
year
4
after
days,
year.
then? That's what you're saying?
You have 4 days, and there is a feast. Before you have to, well, here's the thing. There is a telescope at the top of this thing. Right. So what Cyrena is assuming, and as they're walking, she's talking to you about this a little quietly, but can you get everyone a mile from here up that mountain?
Yo! Well, it depends.
That didn't seem terribly convincing, Dorro.
Well, it does depend, technically.
Right? What does it depend on, Dorro?
Well, I have to be able to see. it.
Well, you can. They have a telescope at the top of this tower, is what they're saying.
No, everybody is the problem.
Up the mountain?
Yes. The
Well, they have a
observatory.
tower.
The observatory is a mile.
Super magnet.
Well, there's
telescope
a decent one at the top of this tower and a really impressive one at the observatory. But the observatory is
but the idea is to use
2 miles up the mountain.
The idea is to use the smaller one to get up the mountain.
Get to the mountain.
Okay.
Exactly, and then use the one at the observatory to get across to the world storm.
Yes.
All right.
I do my Peter Pan pose and say, yes.
Would you all like to eat and rest tonight before then?
Yes.
How much time do we have?
You got 4 days.
4 days.
So we wouldn't make it even if we couldn't do this anyway.
Correct. So either you're going to do this or not.
Either
You
this
may as
works
well
or it
rest
doesn't
up.
work.
Yeah, you might as well rest up and eat. That's a really good point.
Might as well go
Get
out
a good
full
night's rest
strength.
and be rah.
Right, there are about 3 dozen men and women stationed at this fort. So not a huge. And it looks like it could easily, have 200 or 300. So this is a skeleton crew here.
Uh-oh. Because there are 200 Kadarians coming this way.
Basically.
Against
they'll be-
36.
yeah.
Well, so...
They got to get through the.
And they have to find us. I
Yeah.
have no idea where we went. And they have a little squid billy.
Squid Billy.
Such a great show.
Squid Billy.
Lol.
All right. So you all eat and feast, and it's a
And a fake crab.
generally quiet evening. Benegrit is a good storyteller and loves to talk and likes to hear stories. I'm sure you don't tell her everything, but I'm sure
No,
there's...
I'm not going to say a word.
I'm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
So me and,
flirty as hell. No
yeah.
problem. Yeah,
Me and her,
absolutely.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going full bore into.
Okay, well, that's not a problem because she's pretty receptive. So would you, towards the evening, be like, if she's like, come up to my bed chambers, let's go at it?
Oh fuck yeah! I'm
Done.
leaving. Yeah.
Roll me Constitution.
Wouldn't it be performance? Huh?
No, roll me Performance. Fair enough.
Jesus, a little modifier for that.
Oh, hers is a 16.
Charisma.
No, natural 20.
Wow! The champ!
All right.
Champ!
Excellent. So the lights go down, and as they come up the next morning, Benegrit just kind of stumbles out with her hair all, looking a little flustered. Shall we say? All right then, shall we?
Well, now is when I suppose we have to discuss what exactly we're doing.
Yep. So, you're all taken up to the
Out
top
of
of this
curiosity,
tower.
first of all, Benegrit,
Yes.
do you happen to have what the Kadarians call seeker stones?
Not here, no.
Okay.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I mean, there'd be no reason for them to have them.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. A trinket.
No, it's fair enough. Yeah.
Really would like another one.
No, that would be nice.
Actually, I'd
wouldn't it?
really like about 20 or maybe 100.
Exactly. Why limit yourself?
Like, we should have, cast sleep or something on that Kadarian vessel and picked up every single one.
Right.
Like a crate
But
full
you're
of them.
basically being open about your desire for these things, right?
I was open about, do you happen to have a stone that looks like this?
Hang on.
But I'm not saying why.
Right.
She should
Okay.
have to roll a disadvantage. for
Harte,
perception.
Harte hears you say that, and you see him reach into like a little pouch on the side of his leg, and he pulls out a seeker stone about the size of a large egg.
Really?
It's the one.
Gotta ask, I guess.
It's the one that I described him as
Yeah.
he stole a seeker stone from an anti-theot. You never bothered to ask him if he still had it.
Oh, if you still had it, well, Harte, you have full
holding out.
weight.
Do you see what the DM just did? We're all fearful of his description, so we tune them out when he does it. So he laid something important inside one.
Right inside one, right
Yeah,
there.
my eyes were rolled up. I was like
Nope.
checking my Twitter. And
Yeah. Whatever you say, sailor, got it.
Yeah, it'll be done in voiceover anyway. So. All right. So,
Now you've got two new seeker stones, or at least unbroken seeker stones.
Right. Well, so I, before we go anywhere, I need to step inside the private room for just a minute.
That's fine. Doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, at this point, it's just Betagrit and your team, so there's no one you have to hide from.
Maybe. Anyway, so I make the last battery that we can make, and I
No
pocket
problem.
the other one.
Yeah,
So-
fine. That's fine. Or it gets carried for you. That's fine. Yeah.
All right. So I just wrap the metal around it. So now we have one fully functional battery and two partially functional batteries.
Right. And you've got to get all this stuff. So you're at the top of the tower. There's a large telescope that they have swung around to point at a spot 2 miles up the mountain. And you look into it and you can very, very clearly see, it's a very clear day, thankfully, and you can very clearly see this stone box, basically, with a ironwood dome, it looks like, because it's that same kind of greenish wood, and then there's one flap in the front that's just animal hides that have been tacked down with brass really tightly all the way along it. And as you're doing that, the flame, and it's like in a room above you, and you can kind of see through because it's glass underneath, and there's nothing igniting the flame. It's just fire, so you imagine it's magical. And it turns from the crimson it was into like a pale ice white. And as it does, then you're looking through. You see a man who comes out of the building, kind of looks. He's like a hand telescope of his own. He seems to be looking down towards where you are, and then he goes back and he starts to unbolt some of the flaps at ground level.
Up and I crush his bones.
He's 2 miles away.
He's also helping.
Yeah, and he's helping.
Oh, are you
This
sure?
one's,
Yes.
Yeah, this one's not. Just because it's got 2 legs doesn't mean you need to kill it. So
Psycho.
How you want to? What do you
How do we want to do this?
First,
how
and
many things
foremost,
are we going to be able to carry
I
with
wish
us?
I had gotten a chance to practice with batteries, truthfully, but
well, we can't.
I know.
The more you use it, the more it falls apart.
because I wonder how far it is. Because I could leave a battery here.
You're ready to tell you
what's
can
the
teleport people safely because you practiced it enough at this point. You have very clear and really powerful sight glasses,
Okay.
and there's a lesser powerful one up there of equal strength. You can point back this way, right? So one by one, you could teleport people safely without. But it's you'll be basically taking a 20 every single time.
Yes.
So it'll take all day, and you'll be completely exhausted at the end
I
of it.
tell them this and that.
Yep.
So I'm probably going to need to nap when we get up there.
Oh yeah.
We'll have 2 more days to
Well, today's the 27th. Yes, you will, because tomorrow will be the 28th and the 29th. You're right. So you'll have 2 days after this.
Okay.
You can nap all day.
All right, so
Okay.
that's what you guys do. You're getting gear together, and one by one, every 20 minutes, Dorro's taking someone or some large piece of gear, like a battery, up the mountain
More
and
like
back.
40 minutes because he has.
Oh, right. Well, no, him getting back is easier.
'Cause it's
He can
just
just
me.
look and boom, and that's
Yeah, that I can just
instantaneous.
do.
So that he doesn't
Yeah.
need it for. But on the way up, he needs 20 minutes every single time. So it's like 20 minutes, 1 minute, 20 minutes, 1 minute, 20 minutes, you know what I mean? Yeah. The first time you go up to the observatory, you are met by Vermund Iverson. Vermund is a tall man in his 40s with broad shoulders and thick blonde hair swept back into an unkempt ponytail. His pale gray eyes are wide and ever moving as he paces back and forth, fidgeting with various items. He is uncovering the observatory, as you suggested, and he's looking at batteries and talking to you and saying, like every time you teleport, he for some reason measures the ground.
The first time I get down off of Cyrena's shoulders because I would have been riding her like that when we teleport.
Oh, you take Cyrena first. Okay.
Yes, of course I
Yes.
take the queen first.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, and they're just like left with this little whee as the periscope spins around. So and then he takes the next, and then that's all day, all right? And eventually around 6 p.m., just in time for dinner, you're all up there with the batteries. Everyone is going to teleport, and Dorro's just laying flat on his back in the snow, just yeah.
All right, well, we'll get Dorro to a nice spot to sleep.
You pick him up, and he's all like, and this drool's pouring out of his mouth, and he's out. Yeah.
All right, so this observatory, it has walls and everything.
It is a stone box, and inside this room there are cots and everything, and like desks and all that, and then just the area of this huge brass wheeled copper thing with a giant track around it, similar to the one where you'd rotate your catapult on the back of your ship. And he has uncovered over the day this opening, and then and like extended this huge telescope out and pointed it towards some area of nothingness, right? But he's going and he's like setting dials, and he's looking through this old journal, and he's explaining that, they know where it is. They know to get it dialed in. So he's dialing in it to be focused on the Union once the world storm parts. Right. So if you look through it now, it's just a super blurry storm because it's focused somewhere beyond the wall of the storm.
Right. So we have all of our batteries here.
Yep.
Wrap Dorro up in extra blankets.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
a little Chipotle
Like
burrito.
a little
like a little burrito.
Oikers is like laying, not all you, but like
Off to the side of him.
providing heat.
Yeah. And there's food. It's meager, but there's, enough food there that he's able to put out.
Well, we also brought some food.
That
We
helps.
brought our
Yeah.
additions.
Good, that helps. So you lay out a bit of a feast.
We are not going to be able to do the whole Dorro teleporting.
It's the night of the day before.
Right.
You always have to do it all at once. Yeah.
We're going to have to teleport everybody at once, which means, unfortunately, we are going to have to use the eye one last time.
Yep. And power up one of those things, one of the return gems, right?
Probably twice in order for me to reach the battery from the Union, because we won't have the mega spyglass when we're over there. So I'm probably
No,
gonna
but you're
have
going to create a
use it
waypoint here.
Yeah.
So you're going to create the waypoint here and then teleport
Well,
with the Eye of Sod, everyone else's power, across the world storm with the telescope.
Will I be able to reach the waypoint from the Union?
Yeah, the waypoint,
Okay.
theoretically, as far as you can tell, should anchor you anywhere.
Okay.
So our very best battery that we know,
The working one.
The working one
Right.
that we just built. That's the one that we're going to keep in this observatory.
Okay.
That way it's a failsafe.
And the other ones you're going to take with you?
The other two, yeah, we take with us because.
Well, just think it makes his job more difficult to teleport you.
There's more stuff.
The more stuff you take, the harder it's going to be. So you want to take both of them? Theoretically, you only need one, if you even need one.
Why do we need to bring a battery?
The whole point of the battery is to be the way to get back home,
Unless
right?
we get there and there's something really bad, and then we can like charge it as like a bomb or something.
Possible. I mean, is it worth the extra effort to get there?
You could turn it
Maybe
into a
not both,
bear.
but I mean, it's not that heavy. What?
It's a whole other thing. It's like a whole other person. It's a big contraption thing, you know. Your call. What do you want to do?
Never mind.
No? You'll all need to focus and concentrate to get back, but as long as he's got that waypoint there, that's the anchor he needs in order to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we'll leave all 3 batteries right here, and we'll charge them all.
All right. So he's out. You have a feast.
Yeah.
You rest for the evening. It's a little quiet. You know, I think everyone's a little tense. An hour after the first rays of sunlight crest over Titan's Ridge, a void storm is visible forming in the void and advancing towards the observatory. These storms are not uncommon and rarely last more than a few minutes, but as Vermond is quickly telling you, the glass is exposed. And if he covers the whole thing up, A, he doesn't know if he has enough time, B, if he does, there's not enough time to uncover it and recalibrate it. So you have to figure out a way to protect that now.
So I will try to make force shields over the glass.
You can pretty much create a bubble around it to protect it. That's pretty easy. It depends how strong and powerful this storm and how damaging this storm is going to be. Vermond is looking at it. The roar is starting to get louder, and he thinks it'll last a minute.
All right.
Yeah, well, I was going to do Shield of Faith, but that's a creature.
Well, I mean, you guys. Okay, so here's what he's doing.
No,
he's
just
putting
give him assistance to his
he's
divinity.
putting his divinity
He'll get
into this
advantage.
shield.
Yeah.
Okay. Every round that you all spend
I wouldn't be doing
giving
it,
him
though.
energy.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd be
this is
asleep.
the day after. You were awake
Oh,
now.
am I up?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
You all
Well,
are
then I
awake. This is
definitely
the
help.
morning of the next.
I would like to assist him in this.
of the next day. You all can
Torrvic, help me!
help me. So you guys can feel, his divinity being forced into it, and you can feel yours entering the shield with him if you focus. Okay.
Yes.
You can do one action per round. You can choose to recharge his shield, and on a successful roll, you all can add 1d4 plus your con bonus back into his shield. Or you can choose to heal to heal Xion, which
Xion.
may come into play later. So
it has currently on it. Let me see.
yeah, how
It has
yeah.
22 hit.
It's 22 points right now. All right, so the world storm, you can just see this wall of black swirling stone coming towards you, and then wham, it hits. You feel the whole building shake and rumble as it slams into your shield, and the shield takes 11 points of damage. You just feel it shudder,
It's halfway burnt through.
but you hold it, okay? And everyone's like, no, and they go to give their energy back. So let's just go around. Roll your wisdom.
14.
14. Okay, you just aren't quite able. Like, you can feel the energy, but you're not quite able to re-energize it. Wait, I'm sorry. That was a Constitution roll. Does that help you?
16.
Okay, then yes, you are. You're able to you flood energy into it. Roll 1d4 plus your Constitution bonus.
5.
Shield takes back 5. As Dorro's energy flows into it. Torrvic, roll your Constitution.
Oh, shit. 9.
No, you feel the energy. You're starting to understand it, but you're not able to recharge it. It's too loud. Too many things are happening.
Hera, help me!
Oh, you are lucky. Barely. And that's fitting. So Para only gives 2 points back into the shield. Round 1's over.
So you
round
so
2.
in round 1, you lost 4 points from your shield. That's where we are.
Oh, the storm increases and batters you almost to your knees as it takes 13 points of damage. If the shield collapses, you can put your own force of will into it and just transfer the damage directly to yourself in order to keep it stable.
So do I have to be going here to make?
You're just, no, if it hits 0, you will. Yeah. Right now, you're just holding it.
Okay.
Can he take an action?
No,
What is
this
his
is what he can
action
do.
is doing
Yeah.
this.
If he does
Okay.
anything else, he risks dropping this shield.
All right. Well, let's just keep this train rolling, shall we? 6.
No, it falters and your connection just breaks.
14. Or no, 13.
13 total?
Yeah.
No, both of you just can't connect with them. Oh, and Para comes through again. 4 points of damage back.
Oh boy. Alright, I will choose then to put some of my power.
Oh, no, when the damage hits. You don't have to choose anything until there's actual damage. All right, so the winds buffet you again.
13 out of 22.
8 points of damage.
So now you have 1
Okay,
hit point
you
left.
are you're all connected with this energy. You can see it now. There's this same purple-pink energy that extends from Xion in a bubble around the telescope, and you can see the energy faltering as little bits of rock slam into it. Round 3.
It was round 3.
11.
Total? No.
Yeah, 20.
That will do it. So you're able to feed energy back into it. Roll 1d4 plus your con.
So 4.
4. Okay, you feel a surge as 4 points go back into it. Para's not able to help you that round. He falters too.
Down 5.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Round 4.
How much longer is this dance?
11 points of damage.
Okay, well then I will put
Roll Constitution.
so 12.
You're able to stay conscious, but just barely as blood begins to roll down your nose. And you take whatever extra damage there was. 16, right?
16.
Okay. You did, yeah. So Xion is being hurt now, but he's able to hold the shield. Round 4.
I'm not that hurt yet.
But
I'm bleeding out my nose, but I mean, I'm still.
Yeah.
The shield needs more power.
More power to the forward shields, Captain.
More power to
Can't
the
do it,
shield.
Captain.
I can't do it,
Don't have the power.
You're the one with that voice. 6.
Jesus, no.
No.
Good thing this mechanic's really forgiving.
Tara rolled a natural 20. Thank God.
So get 2 dice there.
They're both ones.
Paris, oh, you're so lucky. Paris sees the blood pouring through your nose. Xion! And there's like a little bit of fire leaps out of his hand and rolls around you. 10 points go back into the shield. Round 5. Shield is at 1. Down to 1 point as you're just holding on.
11. I'm not very good at this.
No.
Oh, yeah. 19 plus 3.
That will roll 1d4 plus your con, please. Pair rolls a 16. 5 plus another 4. So take 9 back into the shield. Back up to 10. 14. So it blows through the shield. You're able to remain because you know what it's going to be like now. So you felt the same effect, but you lost the hit point. So you're now down to. Okay, and now a trickle of blood forms in his ears and runs down the sides of his neck.
I'm healing him.
Round 6. You can't.
No, only I
Why?
can heal him.
Why would you heal him? How would you heal him?
What do you mean? Well, you said I had 2 choices.
You
when we were
can't.
doing
He
it.
can.
I
You
have-
have one
yeah.
choice.
You have
Yeah.
I
All
thought we
you
were
can do is
directing
put
our
power into the shield.
Into him or
No,
something.
all you can do is
Okay.
power the
So,
shield.
4.
Dorro, you've been extremely unhelpful.
Yay!
4. All right, hang on. Cyrena's hand, I forgot you could do this, clamps around your shoulder,
right.
and you feel a rush of healing energy. You're back up to full.
Nice.
And then she's blown backwards. There's some kind of feedback, and she's like curling her arm, but you know she's okay. And there's like tendrils of smoke rising from her. But she's like, "Fine, focus."
I see that and go, well, that was my job. Another 19.
That'll do it. Roll 1d4 and add your con.
4, 5, 6, 7, yeah.
Nice.
-4 plus 7, right? So that's
Pear got knocked back as well and was unable to help. So you took. So the shield is now at 3. No, wait. Once the shield's blown to 0, there's no negative on it. It got 7.
It's just negative into your
correct.
health.
Exactly. Round 7. Ready?
Roll for it. All ones.
13 points of damage. So shield's blown through. Well, that, again, it's still active, but so you take another 6. So that puts you at 16 again, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Terrible
All right. That's all right.
5.
Jesus Christ, Dorro!
7, 8, 9. No, 9. Uh-oh.
15. Just enough. 5 points.
Well, that's 5 points then.
14 more points. There's blood forming in his eyes, so the whites have just gone crimson, and he's just bleeding from nose, eyes, ears, and just struggling with consciousness.
13.
Total?
Yep.
Damn it. Who's next?
I full on heal. 15 points.
Okay.
Everything.
Paris sees that. He was considering healing, but he's afraid to distract with fire, so he tries to give you shield energy. Succeeds. God, I can roll well. It's only 2, but it takes 2 more points. 2 points, right? Round 7. 14 points. So 12 to you.
10.
And really, your healing wounds are healing, reopening on his face. He's just being torn apart on both sides.
all for you.
Oh, it cannot feel good.
From a fillet of fish.
17.
Yes! Roll 194 and you're caught. Finally.
Hey! 6.
Nice.
Maximum.
The shield. 6 points into the shield.
20.
That's fine. A natural?
No.
No, okay, so
5.
another 5 points back into the shield. Perry doesn't know what to do. 1 to 4, 1 to 2 he heals you.
I'm fine. No,
3 to
I'm
4.
not fine.
Yeah.
No, you're
yeah.
not fine.
1 to 2 he heals you. 3 to 4 he powers the shield. 3. Okay.
Power.
17.
This is it. This is when you die.
Yeah.
And he decided it.
5 points into the shield. 16 points. This is round 8.
Round 9.
No, this is round 8. The World Storm seems to lessen slightly, maybe because everyone puts their power into it
Oh, the
at
eye.
once.
Good. There's only one other side to this now.
It takes 7 points of damage.
Is there a house flying by any
No,
chance?
not yet.
A witch
Dorro,
driving
go.
a bicycle.
Empower the shield, Dorro.
Fuck this plan! What a terrible plan! Did we not account for fucking Tornado Alley?
Apparently not.
You said 1 minute.
I know, right? Damn.
A round is 6 seconds. 10 rounds equals a minute.
15.
15, yeah. Roll 1d4 and add power to the shield.
5.
Okay, 14.
There we go. Natural 20.
No, roll 2d4 and add twice your con bonus.
So we got 4 and so 6, so 10.
24.
No, it can't go over your health. So 22. Yeah. Full strength now. The shield glows bright.
Full power, Captain.
Help me!
Your hair's like sticking up on your sides, right? Para,
Help me, babe.
okay.
But then I have to make a con check. So no, wait for Torrvic. Wait for Torrvic.
Okay,
I don't
he
have-
he
I'm
holds
out.
his
He's used
action
it up.
now.
Right, hold
He
on.
waits. He just like little flames dance in his fingers, but he's going to hold his action. All right, round 9. Again, the winds seem to be not as powerful. 7 points of damage. The shields hold.
18.
You add points back into it.
No, wait.
That's how it should have been working.
3.
Okay.
18.
Shield regains strength. Not that much strength. So Para's gonna try and power the shield as long as the shield's still up.
I only have 15 points of heat. HP.
Para's too distracted, he's too indecisive and isn't able to help on either way. Round 10. This is the last one, right?
Yay.
Sorry, I just coughed for it.
It's so you can feel the wind lessening, except it's carrying one huge rock, probably about the size of him, straight towards you, and it's gonna slam into your shield.
Dorro, teleport that!
You can't. He can't just reach out and teleport something. Yeah, it's gonna hit. Ready?
No.
Okay, the shield takes 12, 14, 15, 19 points of damage as it smashes through, but holds and doesn't crack the glass.
I take 1 point of damage.
Yep.
That's 9.
All right, and you hold it for a while, but the winds lessen. You can stop feeling impacts on the shield, and eventually you're able to just let it go, and the sky is eerily calm again.
How does he look?
Fucking barrows.
Bad, bloody, torn up. I mean, bad.
Zion!
It's like, oh, cheese, and he's like, flame, like, it's ow, ow, but it's like just a little bit, like, oh, sorry.
I'll take like 2 points.
Yep. You are exhausted, but he's able to heal you back up to, full. Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna take a long rest after.
Yeah, you all need to take a long rest after this one.
While you're asleep, there's another storm.
You all are. No, there's going to be rotating guards to make sure someone will wake someone up. But you guys stand watch basically as you rest until the next morning. Anything else you want to do to prepare?
No.
Okay. All right.
Eat, drink, and sleep.
The next morning you wake up. You all know exactly when this is going to happen. It's 17 minutes after noon on this day. It is now the 30th of Safan. You ready?
I'm playing with my gambler's dice.
All right, excellent.
While looking over there.
All right, Cyrena's got the Eye of Saw, and she's just kind of rolling it in her hand, which is not really like her. She's not a nervous tick kind of person, but she looks a little tense as well.
We have no idea what's waiting for us on
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting. I'm spinning that blade to make it the wind.
We're all
noise.
doing something.
Right, so
Do something
everyone's
too.
kind of, everyone's
Do
kind of
something
doing
too.
something.
No, I just threatened.
Just a woof.
Right.
He paces.
Right. Para's tossing a little ball of fire from one hand to the next. You're all doing something,
Yeah.
right?
It's like the character selection screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Marcus is sleeping.
All right, the morning after the void storm is clear and calm as a brilliant cloudless sky shines overhead. At exactly 17 minutes past noon, the world storm simply vanishes. The Union is a massive onyx tower that ends in a jagged point several miles above the rocky floor of the void. 2/3 of the way up, it hooks outwards, forming space for a wide circular pavilion, several hundred feet across. In the center of this space, the Godking lies over the sarcophagus. The PCs were shown in a vision. He lies over the sarcophagus you were shown in the vision while in Aram's temple, where they had the
ring.
Well, the four people had that stone ring in the center of it. He slumped over that now. So that's what you can see. You can clearly see he's like, Vermont checks it, waves you over. You're looking through this gigantic telescope, and you can clearly see the pavilion and the God King at it. They're about 2 miles up when it hooks out, and then there's another mile of tower above it. So you're almost at dead level with it.
Guys, I can see him.
Does he look hopeful?
Okay, and then you see Vermond flip over this giant hourglass, because that's how much time you got. Shkoom.
All right, well, let's do it. We don't have any time to waste.
Okay.
All right, so you're focused in.
All right, everybody hold glass cans.
Bling. Cyrena pulls out the eye, grabs on, and slams it into Dorro's back. Roll.
Them rollages.
Everyone roll wisdom. Ha! Natural 20 from Para.
Nice. I got a 2.
I got a 13.
That's enough.
7, 8, 9.
I got a 3.
Okay, well, the two of you falter a bit. The distance, you don't understand it. It almost feels like you're suspended 2 miles in the air, and you feel the vertigo and the nauseousness of that. You just can't quite focus. You feel it start to slip, and you panic for a second, and then all of you feel a rush of fire. Para is standing behind you. His eyes are rolling, and fire, that same blue, harmless fire, rolls up and around him, and you just feel like a thrust in your back, and all of you vanish from where you are and reappear on the pavilion. A force strikes all of you in the chest and ejects you straight backwards, randomly off the edge of it. Each of you roll a die. South. Northeast.
For Torrvic.
Xion falls to the east.
East for Xion. Northwest for Para. East for Cyrena. You all are shot out across and over the edge and are falling. You are falling 2 miles straight down. It takes 36 seconds to fall the full distance, which is 6 rounds until you hit the ground, and we're gonna stop right there.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Godsfall. If you like what we've done in Season 2 so far, please do us a favor. Go to godsfall.com. There you can check out links to our Patreon account or pick up one of the official Godsfall t-shirts. If you can't afford to donate anything, consider writing us a review on iTunes. Every review we get is the best advertising we currently have for the show. So I hope you all enjoyed this week's episode, and we will see you next week for The Union, Part 2.